What up? What up? How you guys doing? So, all right. Was I think it was a couple months ago, right? Um, Honestly, I'm not sure, but I was on what I was just like binging on movies and stuff like that. So usually when you don't see me on YouTube for a while, that's because I'm just taking some time and just like binging on stuff, catching up on shows, movies I haven't seen yet for a while, all that stuff, right? So that's usually when you don't see me. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So don't worry, I haven't like just disappeared and all that stuff. But anyway, so I was watching this movie called what was it? Big Time Adolescence, right? It was a very interesting movie. So basically, it's for those who haven't seen it yet. Sorry, spoiler alert. But anyway, so this guy, he was dating he was dating this chick, and this chick had a little brother, like was like I think 9 years old or 11 or something like that. But anyway, so so the three of them, they always was hanging out, going to the movies. He's a funny guy, right? Funny dude. And so he ended up cheating on the girl, and then so they broke up. So once they broke up, and then he's leaving the situation, and the kid is like, what, because you're not going out with my sister anymore doesn't mean that we can't be friends. And he's like, all right, fine, come on, come go for a ride with me, because it's like just driving around and all that stuff. And that particular scenario end up lasting like 9 years or something like that, right? Or not 9 years, like 7 years. Basically, they would just continuously hang out to the point where it became like a routine where this kid became his friend. You know, so but the dude, he's like very immature, um, self-centered, narcissistic, just refused to grow up, even though he's like an adult, way past his prime and whatnot. And is he just wasn't going anywhere in life. He basically was living in this high school type of mindset. Well, like, and then it was very interesting, right? So I'm not gonna like give all the spoiler, but basically the thing I was able to draw away from that is, have you ever like come across people that just stay living back in their high school glory days, where, okay, wherever they were at in life, which they felt like they were on top of their game, they want to remain at that position for as long as possible, right? Even when after that moment just like gone, and that you might come across people that's still talking about that, a touchdown that happened back in high school or something like that, or a chick that was really hot and they ended up smashing it, or their time overseas, or at the military, or something that actually they look at it as a badge of honor, which it can be, but at the same time, it's just constantly talking about like the old wars back in my day. you know it's like it gets to the point where the refusal of actually letting that past stay in the past, it kind of keeps them in that cycle, in that loop in life, where they constantly want to regain that high again, you know and it's a fear of actually growing up. It's a fear of getting old. It's a fear of, this is where I was at my best. If I let this go, what else do I have? you know and the funny thing about it is, like, it doesn't really apply to people that are just like, have a broke mindset. It also applies to people that sometimes making good money, great money. But the fear of becoming this adult, to leave the adolescence behind and actually step into the shoes of adulthood, scare the crap out of them, you know? And it's like, what makes someone young? Is it because usually older folks tends to have this mindset where they cannot push forward in their thinking, in the way they see the world, in their mindset or whatever. But what usually keeps someone's mind young is the constant, the continuation of, and evolvement. You continue to evolve and actually adapt, and you continue to thrive for the next goal, for the next success, for the next frontier. You know, and it's very difficult to do that when you constantly want to remain in the past. It's like, if you cannot leave the past behind, right? I mean, I understand, like, there are certain things that you take with you to the future. It's like you sometimes have friends that you've known each other since you were like little kids, right? And this person continue to bring some sort of value into your life. So then that's like you bringing in with you your past and into the future. But you also have friends where their mindset hasn't changed since you knew them. And it feels like the only use now you have for them is to just, like, go out there, have a party and all that stuff. But anything outside of that particular entertainment, then you don't really see where he fits in, because your mindset and his mindset is two different things. Because that person has refused to grow up, and you are leaving him behind. And I think that's also one of the reasons why some people don't want to grow up, because to them it feel like growing up means that they are leaving some people behind. They have to leave people behind. You know, it's like, say that, okay, let's say you're married, but most of your friends are single. So then what? You still want to be able to, like, go out to the titty bar all the time, to the weekend, and and continue to have this bachelor mindset, where the future, there's so much more now that you are actually in, you have your family and all that stuff, right? You have, like, there's so much other potential. You can actually enjoy that new frontier of relationship, but you feel like you are being taken away from who you think you are, or who your friend thinks you are. It's like, and I get that pressure. I understand that pressure, because a lot of guys, right, they continuously remain in that hookup culture, and or that the pump and dump mindset, not because it's like it's really impressive anymore, but because they are trying to continue to impress their friends. It's like, can you imagine, right? You are in a conversation, right, and everybody's talking about, like, well, look at this chick, I got this chick, sharing naked pictures and all that stuff. And then it's like, you want to be part of that conversation. So then obviously you can't show your wife pictures and all that stuff, right? It's like, dude, that's your private thing. So then what do? You start showing the, I don't know, pictures of your prostitutes, or the chick that you have on the side, or you because you still want to be part of this clan of, yeah, I can still get laid type of thing. It's that it is a fear of actually growing up. It's like, if your friends, all they can talk about is you know their punani prospect, then, and it's like, you have other thing going on in your life outside of punani. So then, what do you do? you know it's like, what do you do in that case, where, like, do you now have to leave your friend behind and become the adult, or are you feel like you're not gonna have to stay down to their level and hindering yourself instead of moving forward and accomplish certain things that which you will not be able to do because you refuse to let the past die, you know. And it's like it's very interesting, right? It's very interesting because like at some point I was in that type of mindset, and that have held me back a lot because I was trying to keep up with this facade of who I once was, you know. And but once I was able to build a new habit and discover there's like so much things in life, you know. And now I have this huge drive and this huge hunger to accomplish certain things, and not because it will bring me more punani or it would actually like, you know, make me be more attractive to chicks or none of that stuff, right? Because like now I am past that level. Now I am at a place in my life where it's like the mindset that I have has nothing to do with being so-called quote unquote popular or whatever the case may be. It's just there's like some of these dreams, my vision becomes more important to me than just past glories. You know, my goals, the people around me. Some people have to let go, and some people actually I gain new people. It's it's like this, right? Like think of the tree of life. You have people that comes and go. They just leaves that just blown with the wind. They're seasonal. And then you have branches. You have people that are, let's say your friends. Some are, you know, a lot of your friends are just like, you know, branches. They are like an extension of you, of who you are. And sometimes some of these branches have to get cut off, especially when it just, you know, it weighs down on the tree itself, or it doesn't actually, it, it takes away more of the resources than it actually gives, right? So these branches, you cut them off. And then you also have your root system. You know, your root is the people that are the most important to you. You know, your family, you know, your wife, your kids, your siblings sometimes. I mean, hell, even sometimes your sibling, you might have to cut them off, right? But the people that are the most important to you, they are the one, like, I would say the canary in the coal mine, where the one where you can actually have disagreement with, you can have back and forth with, and the ones that actually like they keeps you motivated as well as they keep you grounded, you know. And I think too many of us, once we when our friends start to actually grow past us, right? Let's say that, okay, you are let's say you had like, I don't know, yeah, like 5 friends, right? And then every single one of them, they slowly but surely they start to actually, you know, have their own hub. They start to create their own family, you know. They have the girlfriend, and then you're thinking like, oh man, this guy's a player, he's not, don't worry, things gonna fall apart, right? But no, things don't fall apart. It becomes more serious. It becomes a serious relationship. So the buddy that you used to have, that used to go to the strip club with, or to go to the club, or have those type of entertainment, you know, single light, you know, boys night out type of thing, and now he's busy. He got other things to do, right? So then you feel like you start losing this friend. And it depends on your age, depends on how old you are. Now, you get to that situation to actually start making new friends again is a hustle, is a hassle, because a lot of the people are not going to be in the same mindset as you are. And those you find that are in a similar mindset as you are, then it's very hard for you to actually develop that trust, All right, so let's say that now you hop online and you get into those group and this crew, red pill or whatever, right? Or so you are now searching for friends to replace the one that you have lost, the one that actually grew up, the one that actually passed you, the one that can now have other conversation that you are not interested in yet, such as politics, such as like home, homeowner problems, or family problems, all these type of things that you don't know what it's like yet because you haven't reached that stage yet. You're afraid of actually taking the leap of faith to try to find out what else is there in life outside of this adolescence type of mindset, you know and then you start to replace your friends, right? You start to replace them and try to find people that you are looking to have that good time with, you are looking to have that party time with, that fun time with, and that will continuously try to be this drinking buddy with you and all that stuff. But what you fail to realize is most of the serious people in your life, they now start to see you as a joke. They now start to see you as this, you are a source of entertainment, but not a source of to talk about anything serious. You know? And therefore the distance start to appear. And even the friends that the new friends that you have online, the ones that are in a similar mindset as you, right? So there's always this clashes back and forth, but you don't have that influence on them. And then that's when the search of actually try to influence the younger crowd, the younger generation, that's where it comes in. That's why you have, like, in the movie Adolescence, you have this grown adult, this grown adolescents that's actually hanging out with you know with a little boy or a teenager, you know and it's like, as human, right, as adults, our most fear is death, right? So we want to live forever, we want to be able to have our influence passed down to the next generation. It's like a carbon copy of ourselves. And that particular need is one of the reason why, that's how we actually cheat death. That's why we have kids. That's why we have we pass down our morals, we pass down our lessons, our life lesson onto our kids. you know like being a proud father, we're proud to actually have that influence over another human being that actually respect us, that actually look up to us. you know but what happened when you don't have that? What happened when if you have kids, they don't look up to you, they see you as a loser? What do you do then? The need is still there. You still need to satisfy that need. You still need to find someone that you can actually influence to pass down the copy of yourself onto the other individual. That's when the online thing comes in. That's when you search out, uh not really search out, you basically, yeah, you branch out onto this world, and you try to influence those who don't know any better yet. you know so it's like, because you want to be proud of saying, like, you see this guy right here, yo, when I first met him, he was a loser, and I taught him how to get laid, I taught him how to do this, I taught him how to do that, blah blah blah, right? So then it's like you are looking for that validation through the eyes of the younger generation. So they look up to you, be like, oh my god, you are so smart, man. You know how to get these women. You know how to get their wap, whatever the case may be, right? But deep down, your subconscious know the truth. You need them more than they need you, because you want to keep that influence upon them, because the day that they realize that they can actually manage without you, that's the day that you are now gonna get reaffirmed again that you are a loser. I'm not saying this to be mean or anything like that. It's just it's it's very interesting when you have the older guys. Let's say if I look at into the manosphere or something like that, right? And then they are having this type of conversation that is like, wow, dude. Whether it's a defeated mindset, or whether it's the continuation of what actually made them miserable in the first place. It's like this, right? Okay, look. Let's say that we're talking about women are the problem of society, right? Because women are you know scandalous, unloyal, blah blah blah, right? They whatever, right? A whole list of laundry what's wrong with women. And yet you continue to chase the same type of woman which you claim that gives you all those problems to begin with. It's like the insanity is continue to do the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So then when someone like me come through and just listen to those complaints, listen to how much you of a victim you are, right? And then you trying to influence other kids to be victims. So it's like you try to install the victimhood mentality onto them. And a lot of these kids, they don't have any fathers at home, right? They don't have any like role model. And so they go online to, looking through contents and all that stuff, right? And they coming across some of these videos of either A, you are a victim, or B, you're supposed to act a certain way that is gonna continue to create the same problems which you are complaining about. you know but to them, they feel like they don't really have an alternative. I mean, there are plenty of alternative, but these are the vulnerable kids that these guys are looking for, because they are it's more like they're I see it as more like a virus, and they are looking for a host. And these kids, these adolescents, these kids who are naive, who don't have great influence at home, so they now become the host. They become the host population to which you can actually inject that virus onto them, the victimhood virus, or the quote unquote um player virus, even though most of them are not, but they just pretended to be, right? So now what happened when you have others actually come across with other alternative, right? Saying that, hey, listen, man, look, life is hard. There are other things out there outside of Punani. There are other things out there outside of um whatever struggle you think you're going through right now, you know? And then it feels like, and then those who actually criticize that way of thinking, the victim mindset, or the grown man in I mean the child mind in an adult body, wants to criticize the 40 or the 50-year old adolescent, right? So the mindset, once you criticize that mindset, then that's when they come for you. And they use a lot of pretext as to to justify why they are attacking you, right? And even though the reason why they are attacking you is a lot simpler than that, but they have to dress it up as if like, oh, you know what, you are talking bad about black men, or you're talking bad about men, you're talking bad about this, you're talking bad about that, right? But the reality is, you are attacking an ideology that is detrimental. You are attacking the ideology which they claim that is very destructive to their own community. You are attacking the ideology that actually created the problems in the first place, which is men have a false narrative, have a false um, idea of what manhood is. And then you have those who are passing down that toxic, quote unquote, manhood down onto the next generation, and the problem will continue to create more and more of the same thing. And once you criticize that, you get attacked. And I get it. I understand it. I understand why people don't want to grow up. It's the new frontier. Each time you actually get into the next stage of life, the fear kicks in because you are now closer to death than when you were younger. Some of the things that I used to be able to do when I was 20, I can't do that when I'm mid 30 now. Some of the stamina that I had when I was like, a spring chicken, a spring rooster. I can't do the same thing. No, I cannot put my body to the same level of stress that I once was able to. But that's okay, because I understand that part and actually embrace it. And I know that there are other things in life. There are other frontier that I'm able to accomplish, that I actually can reach, and I'm thriving to reach them, which is one of the reasons like I feel so satisfied. Not because I am where I want to be yet. No. But I'm excited about the journey. I'm excited because I am on my way there. And I surround myself with great people that I can actually count on, that would actually, help me reach what I'm trying to accomplish. Just like I help them reach what they're trying to accomplish. Like getting older to me it's very rewarding. Of course, I have fear just like everybody else. I have fear to, seeing my mom and my dad getting older. Because I remember when they were younger, I remember when my mom was able to whoop my ass. Last time she tried, it was like she kind of half-assed it. It's like she came at me with a chair, try to fence a line and stuff like that. And I'm like, Mom, relax. Don't want to give yourself a heart attack. Right? It's like I remember these things. Just like I remember when I used to have my daughter punch me in my gut, right? And it's just as hard as she can. She just kept doing it and doing it. It's like she used to use my gut as a punching bag and stuff like that, right? I'm like, come on, that's all you got. I used to push her to keep. No, dude. Last time she gave me a punch, and I'm like, holy crap, you got stronger. And she started laughing. She's about to do it again. And my wife was like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I need him. It's like, I remember my best friends, his sons and stuff like that. I remember when they were like very little. And then I used to be like, yo, let me take them to the park. And then his wife is like, no, I know you aren't. No. You're not going to use my son as props. And now they're like, done with high school. And dude, it's like, time, when, like, being able to see how time fly, right? And then now you are at the point where you are right now. It's like, you got to ask yourself, are you happy with where you are right now? Because, you can lie to me if you want. But you got to, I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you happy with where you are right now? Are you happy with your significant other? Are you happy with your accomplishment? Are you happy with the journey that you're on right now? Are you excited about the next day to come? Are you excited about next month, next year? Are you excited to know that, like, okay, I've always able to do this now. I can't wait to see what I can do next month or next year or something like that. You get closer and closer to your goals, to your, whatever. And to me, that's the beauty of getting older. Because, like, there's this race now. It feels like, look, I have wasted enough time chasing women that didn't matter, chasing materialistic things that didn't matter, chasing things that didn't really actually bring my life any type of value. But once I was able to actually shed some of these, fake idea of what Art Binoculars should be, right? This illusion of how I want the world to perceive me. Once I was able to actually shed those skins off, I I found this purpose. I found this drive where I can just, you know, keep at it. Which is quite interesting because, like, it gives me this confidence where no matter what someone may say to me, whether they try to insult me, whatever the case may be, I just laugh at it. Because to me, it's like the insults are coming from people that don't matter. These insults are coming from people that's like, that they don't bring any value to my life. You know? And to think that they feel like they are so important that they want to tell me what they think about me. It's just, I use it as a source of entertainment to be like, huh, good. I'm glad there's still people out there that actually willing to make me laugh, that want to give me a good laugh before I actually proceed on my journey. It's like, these are the the court gestures. These are the clown that's supposed to entertain me. And they are there to do their job. They are doing a hell of a good job when they actually come through with a rhetoric and supposed to insult me. And it's fun. It's fun watching this. You know, but I guess the thing is, like, if you are afraid of getting older, I would say take an assessment of your life. See where you at right now. See where you at. Are you happy with your accomplishment? And if not, then get to work, man. Life is short. Life is short, and there is way more to life than just the next piece of skin that you're gonna be, the next chick you're gonna bang, or the next whatever, the next materialistic thing. Sure, that if that's what brings you happiness, then I guess go for it. If being a walking dildo, or being this adolescence, being this 45-year-old, 50-year-old, or mid 30-year-old that's still behaving like a high schooler, if that's what actually brings you happiness, go for it. And don't even listen to this message right now. Just skip it. You know, you could just listen to it, be like, this guy I don't know what he's talking about, and just move on. You know, but I will know if you're lying to yourself. You know how I will know? Because you're gonna be the one in the comment section trying to argue with me about how much, 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 much better your life is compared to mine. Dude, you're not competing with me. I'm not competing with you. You're competing with yourself. It's like I'm competing with myself. I get inspired by people, but I'm competing with myself. So try to compare yourself to me will be a waste of time. But anyway, so I guess this is it. So this is Art Binoculars. Share, like, comment, subscribe. All right, guys, I'm out of here. So I'll see you next time. Peace.